I think this is coming out from John Machota. I think you'll be happy about this, Ralph. Ohio State receiver has said he had a good meeting with the boys.
All right.
Who is it?
Jaxon Smith-njigba.
Yes. Weren't you excited about him? I thought you said some notes about him.
I am. Well, yeah. First of all, his comp in the NFL is CeeDee Lamb, according to some of the publications that you see. They're saying, he comps to be like CD, right? Then, okay.
Which we now love versus like the first half of last year. We'd be like, we want another CeeDee Lamb on this team? And then CD stepped up and took over in the second half of the season.
He did. And if you look at it, they drafted CeeDee Lamb to replace Amari Cooper. That's what they didn't draft him to add. They drafted him to pay him.
Yeah.
Is this not the way to go? Would this be the way to go? Draft, somebody to replace CD and not have to pay him?
No, I think CD's going to get paid.
I agree. But
I think this is a potential Gallup backup and replacement.
It might be, and I agree. But like the question is, would that even play into it at all? Like, at least give yourself the option, the opportunity. It was Matt Miller of ESPN who comped him to CD. I think he's a great player. I love the player. He was hurt this year at Ohio State. Didn't play in the Final Four because of his injuries. People said that he screwed himself a little bit because he opted out of the game, but he only opted out after he found out he was going to not be cleared medically. And if he was going to be cleared, it was going to be like a last-minute thing. So it wasn't on him trying to opt out of a Final Four, because I would have had a problem if he opted out of a Final Four.
Yesterday, the internet tried to say that the price for DeAndre Hopkins would be a second-rounder. You interested? Interested for here?
I'm going to have to say no.
30 years old.
30 years old.
Highly paid.
In the last 2 years, he's played a total of 19 games.
Now, suspension. Suspension was what, 6 of those?
6 of them. Okay, but still. He missed 7 games in 21, and he missed 8 games in 22. That's not nothing. That's not nothing. The guy has not been the healthiest, but
still under contract for 2 more seasons. Set to carry a $31 million cap hit this year, $26 million next year, and some think that he's going to be wanting another contract on top of it. DeAndre for a second rounder. I'd probably have to barely lean no as well, even though he may be a guy that ages better because he doesn't rely on crazy athleticism. This guy's freaking skilled. He may be the perfect receiver for Dak, where you don't need deadly accuracy because he adjusted the ball so well. But I'd probably barely say I'd be excited. But 30, nah. I got Gallup. I can try to draft another one. Jalen Tolbert totally done. But how do the Tolos feel about a second rounder for DeAndre?
By the way, he'll be 31 in June.
Yeah.
So he is getting up there now. He's not. The perception of him, I think, is different than what he is. People think of him as this big. He's only 6'1". He's a small guy.
Yeah.
Those big guys like the Allen Robinsons, they age poorly. Those jump ball guys, they age poorly. Guys who are route runners do not age poorly. So maybe that is the case with Hopkins, who's a smaller guy. I would still say no. I want to get younger. I don't want a 31-year-old.
Meanwhile, the Bengals Athletic reporting La'el Collins is a prime candidate to be let go. So we have to applaud Stephen Jones and the Cowboys for this one. I think Randy Gregory is still TBD because he was hurt last year, although stats-wise you could say letting Randy go was a win. And the La'el Collins decision looks smart. Performance, age, and injuries could all be factors that lead to him being released.